Sandy.
Hey, Mike.
How are you?
I'm really good, mate. I'm really good.
You're looking good in those glasses too, I say.
I've got a really great guest this week.
I've read the back of the book.
Yes.
It's spectacular.
I have Karen's book. So welcome, Karen Cranwell.
Hey, Karen, how are you? Sorry, I spoke over the top of you then, didn't I?
Fantastic, thank you.
That's great. I'd better share a little bit with our audience about Karen. Now, one, she's a personal friend of mine, and I just think she's an amazing lady. But here's the back of her book, which will engage you and encourage you to read this book. Rowdy McLean turns around and says, Karen's story is an amazing account of how to survive and thrive when your whole world has collapsed. A remarkable lady who stood on the precipice and found her way back. Karen's story is one of amazing courage, belief, determination and tenacity. The journey of becoming a helpless, hopeless alcoholic engulfed with feelings of despair, suicide, idolization, worthlessness after the death of her only child to an amazing, successful life she has today as an author and a speaker and an entrepreneur. It's a must-read, and I totally agree with that. I read this book and I just couldn't put it down. The book is called From Tragedy to Triumph, and it'll help you discover how to get real honest with yourself and your current situation, tips and secrets of making decisions that stick, breaking through systems that change the way you think and act, how to attract success and happiness in your life, how to refine your self-confidence and self-worth, how to avoid painfully costly mistakes by asking yourself the hard questions, how to break through fear, anxiety, depression and despair so you can achieve anything. The essential guide to being all you can be. Karen's journey is a soul-destroying, but it proves that no matter where you are in your life or what major events have occurred, you can get through it and come out the other end believing in yourself, enriched your self-worth and engaging in the power that is within you to be able to live a life you fully and truly deserve.
What do you say to that? I don't know.
Karen, over to you. This book I have read and it is pure gold. It's an amazing raw story of your life.
Thanks, Sandy. I guess my mum says it's brutally honest in the book, but I wanted to write about my journey so that other people know that no matter what happens in their life and no matter how tragic it is, you can always get through. There's always, sometimes you do it one day at a time, and at times you do it a minute at a time. And it's just, we don't have to struggle, and I struggled for many, many years, and today I'm at peace with my life, and I'm happy with where I am in my life, and more especially, I'm happy with who I am.
Yeah.
One of the most important things in life is that, isn't it? I would think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When I stopped drinking, I didn't know who I was. I had neither grieved the death of my daughter nor travelled through any process. I just drank and submerged all the feelings that I had. So when I stopped drinking, I had to find out who I was and reinvent myself into who I wanted to become.
It must have been a long journey, was it?
Yes, it was. I think it's a never-ending journey.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll always be a work in process. I drank for 8 years, and then for the best part of the last 18 years, I've been striving to be the best possible person that I can be. It's
an extraordinary story, number one, and the development you've been able to bring to yourself since the time of stop drinking, the process you're going through still, as you said, there's ups and downs in that obviously as well. Every day?
I have principles and practices in my life that I guess I learned through AA. I went to AA as a last resort, and the people there loved me until I could learn to love myself. And I'll be forever grateful for that. And there's things that I do every day to make sure that I remember who I want to be and where I want to go in my life. dreams are possible. They certainly are. But just never give up.
That's one of the most important things of life, isn't it? Not to give up, and to have obtainable dreams is an important thing.
Oh, absolutely. People often say they can't see a light at the end of the tunnel. And I say keep going and just turn the corner and you'll see the light.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
It's not easy, but it's possible.
Yeah. People think that alcoholics are what they see people on the streets and things like that. But that's not the case, really, is it? It can be doctors, lawyers, dentists, teachers, educated people. Like you've got a double nursing degree. And it can affect anyone, really, can't it? Alcoholism is not key pointed to any particular race or demographic of people. It's across the board.
It's certainly non-discriminative. And as I say, it can affect, it doesn't have any effect or any difference between race, religion, creed, whatever job you have, whoever you are, it can strike at any time. And it's just it's a continual habit that I developed, and at one time, I guess I crossed the line after the death of my daughter. It was just a catalyst that threw me into full-blown alcoholism.
I just admire you as a person because it's a hard road back. And in reading your book and on the rawness of it and your story and the depths of despair you were in after the loss of your daughter, with people not even understanding who you were and how to interact with you either.
No, well, the funny thing happens when your baby dies. People don't know what to say to you, so they don't talk to you. Nobody wants your baby clothes. Nobody wants you to touch their new babies in case they catch the disease. My baby died from cot death or SIDS. So you end up in a very isolated world. Your family don't know how to cope with it either. So it's just an amazing thing that happens. And I guess I sought relief in drinking because it took away the pain. It made me believe that I was okay and that I could cope and I could put on a good front to the world. And inside, I was dying.
And I see it as such a lonely place. Like when you were talking, it was such a lonely place for you because it was like there was two sides to Karen. The one she portrayed to the world, yet the one that was authentic and true to her. And I've known you for a couple of years now, and I just see you as an amazing, talented lady who would just overcome anything that came her way. And I don't understand the battle you've been through, but it must have been a horrendous battle to come out the other side. And the thing I like so much about your book and what you're doing, because you've become an author, a speaker, you're actually sharing your story out there. You've become vulnerable, you're raw, you're putting your story out there, and then you've got an event coming up as well where you're actually speaking and publicly sharing your story. I just think that's just totally amazing and vulnerable.
It was very important to me to be authentic and transparent in my book because I don't believe that I can get up and share with people and share the road to recovery and the amazing things that you can achieve if I hadn't walked the walk. But I also talk my walk today, and I think that it's really important. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who've been through the same situations or felt the same as I did. And to be able to relate to people and them to me, it was really important that I put it down on paper so that people can see that there is a way out, that they can live the life that they desire.
Yeah. We've got to go to a break, but I'd like to come back with talking on hope, because I certainly think your book and the event will certainly be bringing a lot of hope to people. So we've just got to go to a break at the moment, and then we'll be back soon.